Yo, 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 yo. What's good? Sassman 4, we are back. I am glad to be back with the fellas to discuss all things sports. It has been a mighty busy couple of weeks with everything going on. In-season tournament in the NBA, college basketball is ramping up. NFL's hitting its home stretch in December, and we are going to officially start talking about the big news travesty if you're from the state of Florida, minus those fuck ass Gators. Sorry, Ant, for saying that, but fuck them anyway. But the big news, the college football playoff travesty has happened. I am an agent of chaos, but this is not the chaos that I wanted. As you heard, the top four teams were selected. You have number one being Michigan, number two being Washington. Surprisingly, number three jumping over a couple of teams, which we would get into in Texas, and then number four also jumping a bunch of spots is Alabama, followed by number five being left out was Florida State. I am going to start with our resident Florida State Seminole fan, and I'm going to give him the floor for as long as he needs to air his grievances. Terence, the floor is yours, sir.
Well, I told y'all it was going to happen before it happened. I told y'all they was going to put Alabama somehow, some way. They're going to put an SEC team in the playoff. Why? Number one, ESPN has a $3 billion TV deal with the SEC starting this fall in 2024. Number two, this is not a real playoff. This is a beauty contest. They wanted star power and what they thought were going to be the best matchups, not what was earned on the field. Imagine if they did this in the NFL. The Dallas Cowboys would be in the Super Bowl or the NFC Championship
every year.
Every year they'd be in the NFC Championship.
It'd be the Cowboys and the Patriots every fucking year.
Every year.
It really would. Every year it would be.
Every year.
Now, granted, Alabama does have probably the best win of the season, but this is also the same Alabama team that almost lost to
Auburn.
Mediocre Auburn team that got blown out by New Mexico State a few weeks before this matchup. The same Alabama team that struggled to beat USF. The same Alabama team that lost at home by double digits to Texas.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of Texas, yeah, they beat Oklahoma State, but Oklahoma State is mediocre. We saw Texas struggle for some teams in the Big 12 who weren't that great either. Point being that every team in this playoff has struggled at some point. No disrespect to Maryland Drake, but we saw Michigan barely get out of College Park winning. Maryland is 7-5, 6-6, I believe.
7-5.
Yeah, and Maryland in the Big Ten, Maryland probably plays one of the toughest Big Ten schedules because they play Penn State, they play Ohio State, and they play Michigan. Yep. So Maryland's one of those 7-5 teams that are probably better than what their record is, but we've seen Michigan struggle as well. All these teams struggle. Now, what pisses me off is if Oregon had won, they would have put Oregon in, but Oregon's strength of schedule is very similar to Florida State's, and Florida State's undefeated. Now, you can sit there and say that we were down our third-string quarterback, but our second-string quarterback was going to come back for the bowl game or the playoff game with a month to prepare, a whole month of first-team reps in practice, a whole month for Mike Norvell, who knows what he's doing, to come up with some type of scheme to put their team in the best position to succeed. Now, we have an Orange Bowl with a Florida State team who doesn't want to be there, who already have guys sitting out, going to the NFL or transferring. Georgia, who also got left out of the playoff, who you could make a very strong argument that Georgia, even though they lost, could have been in. If we're talking about the four best teams, how can you leave out a team that's won 29 games in a row up until this point of the season? If we're really talking about the best teams, you have a bowl game that's basically nobody wants to be there. Guys are going to sit out. And this is another reason why they're going to the 12-team playoff. Follow the money. These bowls have complained since this playoff model that guys are sitting out, guys aren't participating, guys are going to the NFL. So now you go to a 12-team playoff. Now these guys have to play the bowl game. It's all about money. This is really all about money. And it's crazy because Florida
Yeah.
State, I could argue, is one of the top 5 biggest brands in all college football. You talk about fan base, name recognition, TV ratings. Some of the highest rated, most watched TV games of this season involve Florida State, especially on ESPN and ABC. I'm gonna blame the ACC. I work in
I was
media.
about to say.
Today, I literally saw Matt Brown screaming, "We need more money. We need more money. We can't keep up." I literally saw Florida State basically the day of media day said they wanted out. Their board of trustees said they wanted out. I literally watched a conference that every chance they get, they try to hoe us. ACC refs weren't giving us no calls. So many egregious holding calls and penalties that went against us by our own referees, including against Florida, which is an SEC opponent in the swamp. I saw ACC refs literally hoe us a couple of times. Florida's only touchdown came on a bogus unnecessary roughness penalty. The college football playoff committee chair is the 80 at NC State, the same NC State that voted to bring in Stanford, Cal, and SMU. The same program that hold us is going to be the same program that's going to get left in the dust when Florida State, Clemson, UNC, and possibly Miami decide to say, fuck y'all, because we're the only schools who take football seriously in this conference and dip and go to the Big Ten, the SEC. The same soft. Oh, hold on. Before I say that, let me stop. I gotta forget. I work in media, so I don't want to get people in trouble. But Jim Phillips, the commissioner of the ACC, is soft. I would say something else, but like I said, this is going to be on the airway soon. I don't want to get in trouble. I could really say more about Jim Phillips as a commissioner. Signed a bad TV deal.
I understand too.
Yeah, protect the paper.
You signed a bad TV deal. You didn't bang the table for your league. If there's one thing I know about SEC, the schools hate each other. When it's time for the SEC to rise above all the other conferences, all those schools united.
Yeah,
man,
they're gonna push the propaganda. They're gonna push the agenda.
They band together easily.
I literally
yeah, y'all saw College Game Day, like when they had the SEC committee chair up in there, and they had all the SEC schools just banding together, like Bloods and Chris was just all kumbaya and everything. I was like, at that moment, I just knew. At that moment, I just knew. I was like, man, the fix is about to be in if Alabama wins this game. The fix is really about to be in. They win
it's
this game.
all about the paper. It's all about the paper. If one eat, all of them gonna eat.
But yeah, like they waited until after the fact. And that goes to show you what's wrong with the ACC. They're more reactive instead of proactive. Instead of banging the table sooner, because the agenda was in a couple weeks ago. It was on College Game Day before Jordan Travis got hurt. They were picking teams that were locked. You know, Michigan was a lock. If Georgia won, they were locked. They said Florida. They pointed at Florida State. It was like, no, they haven't done enough yet. Even though we beat, at the time, a top 5 LSU team. We were the only team to win at Clemson in the last 8 years, by the way. 8 years.
Facts.
The only team to win at Clemson in the last 8 years. We beat a ranked Duke team when they were healthy before their quarterback got injured. We beat Louisville, which was a top 15 team, with our third-string quarterback. It doesn't matter how you beat them, you beat them. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, and, tomorrow, we don't want another TCU, but people forget TCU beat Michigan in the semifinal. Like, we saw Ohio State on their third-string quarterback win the national championship. The point being is you can project what you think is going to happen. We just don't know until the games are played. I saw a defense that shut down our top 20 offense in Louisville. Yes, Louisville looked bad on Saturday. Why? Because our defense was outstanding. That was a top 20 offense statistically, yards, points in the country this year. And we shut them down. We kept them out of the end zone. So don't sit there and tell me that we got slaughtered.
AT, question real quick. Wasn't TCU undefeated last year?
No, they had one loss.
They had one loss
in the Big 12 title game.
The Big 12
But-
title game, they lost in
but they lost.
Yeah.
But I was about to say, so they lost in their conference championship game, but somehow they still found a way to put them in. But
Yep.
Yes.
weren't they? But
Over
weren't there?
Alabama, by the way.
But weren't there better teams or more deserving teams last year? But instead, y'all decided to have us watch TCU get slaughtered in the championship game.
Alabama
So
was
Ohio
better.
State got in last
Alabama.
year.
Yeah.
Alabama,
Ohio
you can make an argument Alabama was better. You look at Alabama's only 2 losses last year. They were at the buzzer
Mhm.
against Tennessee, which was a top 10 team last year, and at the buzzer versus LSU, another team that was around the top 10 for most of the year last year.
Yeah.
They lost on a 2-point conversion and a last-second field goal. If you're talking about best teams, that Alabama team could have been in the playoff last year, as well as Ohio State. Ohio State didn't win their division, let alone their conference. They got
Right.
to the playoff last year, and they should have beat Georgia. If Marvin Harrison doesn't get here, I think they beat Georgia. A
Because
couple years
like,
ago, we saw a Cincinnati team that was undefeated.
Right.
That's not even a Power 5 team get into the playoff.
American
It's
Exactly.
the first Power 5 team to not make the playoff. Undefeated
And-
Power 5 team.
Yeah.
and then we go back further. How many times we was forced to watch like an undefeated Pac-12 team in the playoff, knowing there's probably like a 1-loss or 2-loss SEC or Big Ten team more deserving to be in there because we just know they was just a better team. But yeah, they used the whole they won all their games, Power 5 conference, so we got slide them in. So I was like, okay, so y'all moved the goalposts this year because y'all just didn't want Florida State in the college football playoffs. Like they did everything y'all want to do. Had a good out of conference schedule. They be a legit team in the beginning of the season. They pretty much finished off the season being another SEC team and won their conference against a ranked opponent. So what more can you ask Florida State?
No, what it was at the end of the day, it was just the fact that they wanted to have an SEC team in there, and they knew if they couldn't go without putting. The
perfect storm that happened when Alabama won. The perfect storm happened when Texas won, and here's why. Because when Texas won and the way they did it, the committee was forced to slate them at number 3. When that happened, and when Alabama won, it was like, okay, how can we explain the SEC champion not being in the playoffs when the only team that beat them was a Texas team that's now number 3 because they jumped over Ohio State that was idle, and they really pretty much picked Texas over Florida State, and that's why Alabama got in. That's what really happened.
See, I knew what it was when Texas.
You were exactly right.
When Texas was number 3, I knew what it was. I knew exactly what it was going to be. I was my boy D Hike was here, and I told him when Texas was number 3, I'm like, they're gonna put Bama at 4. I knew it. Like you could just feel it. Like if they had put Bama at 3, I could have been. I feel like
y'all should have been slated at 3.
Y'all should have been
Y'all should have been at 3. Michigan undefeated at 1. Washington undefeated at 2. Y'all undefeated at 3, and then it's going to be SOL between Texas and Alabama. But you couldn't put Alabama over Texas because Texas beat them head to head. So Texas should have been slated at 4.
I mean, someone was going to get hold regardless, man. Like that,
exactly.
But nobody was not going to get hold. It shouldn't have been an SEC team in there. Point blank. Period.
Well, I feel like this.
Yeah, but still, SEC would have got hold.
Corey got a point.
Florida State. If you like, okay, if the Jordan Travis injury was that critical, why would you have us at 4 going into the ACC championship game after we beat Florida? Or you
Thank you.
I honestly felt like they wanted to put Georgia at 5, but then that would have caused a whole shitstorm between Alabama, Georgia, and Texas. So they're like, okay, we'll put, even though we think Georgia's the 5th best team because Georgia's a 14-point favorite against us in the Orange Bowl, we'll put them at 6 to avoid that controversy. And we'll instead put Florida State as 5. That's a little bit of an easier sell than having Georgia at 5. Now, do I think Alabama's one of the 4 best teams? Sure. Do I think Alabama's going to beat Michigan on January 1st? Absolutely, I do.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely, I do.
Yeah, but that's not the point.
That's not the point. This is what's earned. Like, why do we play games in? Why do we earn the right to be in the playoff?
Because here's my thing. Okay, so if Alabama was in the same situation and Milroe goes down 2 weeks before the SEC championship game, then the backup goes down like the week before the championship game, their third string somehow they got it out and won. So, but we just know, but we just know like they're not going to have their starting two quarterbacks for the playoffs. So it's going to be the third string quarterback versus everybody's top defense and top quarterback. Are y'all going to show that same? Are y'all going to have that same thing for Alabama, or y'all really just picking the conference? Because honestly, just say that y'all decision was swayed because Jordan Travis went down. Don't say anything else about what other teams did or who was most deserving. Y'all just wanted a sexier pick because y'all just thought Michigan was going to blow out Florida State because they didn't have their starting quarterback. Michigan has shown time and time again, like when it's money time, like real money time, they sus. Like being Ryan Day is old news. That's like y'all done that. That's achievable. Y'all done it 3 straight years. So what about y'all? What about y'all in the playoffs though? Y'all lost to freaking TCU.
I would have liked to
play actually suits us.
Yeah,
because they want to run the ball. Yeah, McCarthy's a good quarterback, but our secondary is one of the best secondaries in college football. BT can attest to this. What we did to Jayden Daniels in the second half of the LSU game, nobody else was able to do all year.
That's exactly what I was about to say, man. Because
McCarthy come and throw it against Maryland, and we didn't even have our DBs from last year.
Michigan ain't seen a defense like Florida State. So this whole blowout shit, I mean, like, Florida State would have struggled to score points, but
so would have Michigan.
We would have had our backup quarterback was going to be back for that game, and we did score 24 points against Florida. You can say whatever about Florida; they have a pretty good defense. Yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, the same Florida team that should have beat Missouri, which was a top 10 team the week before, but they tricked it off. Yeah. But they were in position to win that game down the stretch. They gave up like a fourth down play, some fluky fourth down play. Missouri's able to kick the field goal. The same Florida team that was about to go on the road and be a top 10 Missouri team. So what are we doing? But let me tell you what it's about, man. I saw like a little thing. We take the top 13 teams in college football next year. I think majority of them is like seven in the SEC, or 6 in the SEC. Yeah. Another like 5 to 6 are in the Big Ten, if you include Oregon and Washington. And then the only team that's not in the SEC or the Big Ten is Florida State. And this is exactly why Florida State wants to leave, because this is basically going to be the Big Two. Because
and this is what they always wanted.
Yeah.
That's what they want.
And the funny thing, it's still going to be the same damn teams like the year before. It's now you just added more to the party.
Exactly.
The whole point
it's going to be the same teams at the top of the list.
If it comes down to let's say you have Florida State as your ACC champion, then you have like a Miami or Clemson that had goes like 11-2 or 10-2 in the regular season or whatever. But there are 2-loss ACC team that got to the conference championship game, loses a close one. Are you going to pick the second best team in the ACC or the 5th best team in the SEC or the Big Ten? You know they're going to put the Big Ten in. ESPN, I said $3 billion starting this fall.
Got to follow the money, yeah.
On CBS, the SEC championship games on ABC. They have an exclusive Saturday night primetime SEC game every week on ABC or ESPN starting in the fall. Follow the money. The ACC signed a bad TV deal with ESPN. And
I just hate the precedent that this sets because there's always been times where it's probably been a more deserving team or a quote unquote better team in sports, but if they lost, then that's it. You just gotta deal with it. Like what we was able to do with this was college basketball. Like when the John Wall Kentucky team lost to West Virginia, is the committee going to step in and be like, "We saw y'all lost on live TV, but the sexier pick for the finals is Kentucky, whoever they were supposed to be. I think Kansas, whoever they were supposed to be playing in the finals or whatever. That would have been a sexier pick. But again, it happened. You lost. You might have been a better team, but you just wasn't that day, and you got to be on point 24/7 when it comes to these one and done games. Exactly. So
all these
like,
times that Duke has been out in the second round of the championship.
Right. So now, are we going to go back to this in high school? Like how are we going to do this? Like, this team in this one conference, it might be a little bit weaker, but they're 12-0. But we're just going to put this 10-2 team because they've they're in a tougher conference, whatever, but they got 2 L's. So, but we just like them better, so we just gonna jump them. Like this is a strange place because if you was gonna say 4 best teams, y'all should have been doing that for a jump. Because we seen plenty of times y'all have not put the 4 best teams into this college football playoff, and we have to suffer through black payoff games because we heard cries from Cincinnati deserve it, TCU deserve it, Washington deserve it, weak ass Oregon deserve it. Like how many times do we have to sit and watch them get blown out by Alabama, Georgia, Auburn, whatever, just so we could get to the championship game? Hell, the semifinals were better than the damn finals last year in the college football playoffs because we had to watch bum ass TCU go against Georgia and shit. So like what? So the playoffs have never been consistent. No. The one time y'all could stand on business and show that it don't automatically, because remember they. Somebody said it's like we gotta start acting like there's bylaws so that there needs to be an SEC champion in the playoffs. Exactly. No, there's not. It doesn't. There's not a bylaw that says that if you won the SEC championship, you get an automatic bid to the playoffs. No, it's the 4 best teams. If there was so what y'all saying is there was a 3-loss SEC team, but just because y'all feel like that was a better conference than the SEC, so y'all gonna put a 3-loss team into the playoffs? Is that the precedent we're gonna be setting?
Yeah, man. So, that's what I was about to say.
Let me say this because Dre's saying exactly like what's in my mind, man, because I wish the committee would just let their nuts hang, pause, and just left the SEC out. Because, okay, what, like, if you're like, this, okay, so this is the first time that you leave out a Power 5 conference champion that's undefeated. That has the resume, although their strength of schedule is like 55th ranked or something like that.
Our strength of record was 3rd, though.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. Strength of schedule, that is. Whatever.
Yeah, strength of record is like a different metric that they measure. We were 3rd. Strength of record. Exactly.
So if you're gonna do that, I understand leaving Georgia out. That's fine because pretty much like all the conference championship games were playoff games, essentially for the teams that were in the top 4 or trying to get into the top 4. So with Florida State, right? Although, like without Jordan Travis, they're kind of a different team. The defense is still the defense. The offense is a little bit. I'm sure, like with a month of practice, the Tate Rodemaker could be a very decent quarterback in that playoff game. But you have to reward. You have to be consistent, at least in that aspect. How can you like? And last time I checked, the ACC. Although it hasn't gotten the marketing, it doesn't have the contracts or the deals with ESPN or like NBC or the big markets like the Big Ten and the SEC do. You still have to honor it as a Power 5 conference. And if you weren't going to honor that, then why did you let TCU go under? Like TCU went undefeated and they lost in overtime to Kansas State that was like not even in the top 20, I think at the time. And then but you say, okay, we should just let them in because it's a feel-good story. Or whatever, where Alabama was like a few plays away from having one loss or being undefeated, and then even this year, Alabama's not even a discussion if Auburn does their job on 4th down. So I would be like, look, if Auburn does their job on 4th down, the SEC's not even in the discussion. If Alabama
they would make a way,
they would make a way discussion because you're not going to put a 2-loss team over an undefeated team. You're not going to do that.
They will put Georgia in at that point. They will put Georgia in. Georgia would be number 4.
No, you can't put a team that didn't win their conference over a team that's undefeated and won their conference.
They done it before.
They would literally put Georgia as 4. It would end up being Michigan. Yeah. It would be Michigan. Then it would be Washington. FSU would make it. Then Texas would get hold. They were going to find a way.
It pretty much came down to the committee. There was going to be backlash regardless. The committee was like, we rather deal with this than deal with backlash from the SEC. That's what it came down to.
Basically,
somebody was going to get hold for the SEC no matter what.
Yeah, I'm just going to say a couple quick points. Number one, people act like Tate Rodemaker played last year when Jordan Travis got hurt in the game on the road, beat Louisville. He actually lit it up. He threw for like 200-something yards in the second half, so he's capable. He's more than capable, number one. Number two, speaking of the ACC, in the last 10 years, the ACC has won more championships than the Big Ten, the Big 12, and the Pac-12. Florida State, 10 years ago, 2013, 14, and 2 Clemson titles. Okay. Outside of that, Ohio State got the one championship the first year of the playoff. I don't think the Pac-12 has won shit since the playoff started. They haven't won shit in a long time since USC. The Big 12 hasn't won shit in a long time. Now, you want to say Texas this year, but Texas is a fucking SEC team. Let's be honest. The ESPN wants Alabama versus Texas. You know why? So they can bang on the table talking about, oh, yeah, if Texas wins, they're like, oh, yeah, the champs are coming to the league. Now we're going to find out what they're really about. If Alabama wins, this is business as usual. The agenda is set. I feel sorry for Washington because Washington has to go as a 2 seed all the way to New Orleans to play Texas. In New Orleans, this is going to be a road game for Washington. It's going to be a home game for Texas.
Home game for Texas.
It's going to be a home game for Texas. Like Texas, it's going to be 70% Longhorn fans in New Orleans on New Year's Day.
And what's going to be crazy is we see Washington kind of struggle when it came to Oregon with how they was doing stuff in the trenches. What do you think was going to happen when they got to see these boys in Texas?
Exactly.
Because Texas was pushing around Alabama's. So what do you think is going to happen to like a Pac-12 team? Yes, Washington's better on defense. I give them credit for it. They really are. But look, man, the way they set up Washington and Michigan against the SEC with pretty much what it is right now, it's nasty. It's really nasty.
Yeah, man. But this is the end of the ACC as we know it.
Yeah,
it's over.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time. It's a matter of if, because they had that whole Granite Rice thing. So there's a whole legality issue. But Florida State's they're ponying up the money right now.
I know they are.
Added 900.
like 100.
They added 900. I think. They added 900 new people to the NIL collective. 900 new members after what the bullshit have signed up to join the NIL collective. They're gonna pay their way up out of there one way or another. Yep. It's already started.
Those aforementioned 4 schools, they definitely gonna find a way up out of there. Carolina, Florida State, Miami, and Clemson, they're gonna find a way out of there. Just because
me and Terence were talking about it earlier, and the rumor is that you already got some teams that aren't really football focused already talking to join the Big 12. The others already looking to join the Big 12. So literally, you're gonna have the teams that are in the ACC now split 3 different directions, and the ACC will no longer cease to exist because of this whole situation.
I think it's still gonna be like an NC State. I think it's still gonna be like an NC State and a
here's the issue.
Virginia Tech.
I can see them joining the Big 12 just because the Big 12 needs members. I can see that.
So here's the problem. You have to have a certain amount of teams to still be considered a Power 5 conference. This is why I say Miami is the key. We all know that Florida State wants out. We all know that Clemson wants out, and the Florida State was doing their dirty work for them. We all know that Carolina wants out. Miami's there because Miami could literally break the ACC and make it a group of 5 conference if they decide that they want out.
Yeah.
Because right now you have 17 teams. So if 3 leave, you have 14. So you still consider a quote-unquote Power 5 conference. But Miami says, fuck this. We value football. We're serious about football. We gotta get up out of here. We can't stay in this league. ACC is completely done. It's over.
Yep.
It's completely over. But I mean, it is what it is, man. Like, just being able to be at the game on Saturday, and seeing where we were a couple years ago, where we are now. No, still a good season, but I hate that it had to end this way because it really just put a whole stain on this season. It should be a season to celebrate, honestly. 13-0 after where we were, from 3-6 to 5-7 to get to 13-0. It's just a damn shame, honestly. But we are going to switch subjects now. So as we speak, we had NBA in-season tournament action. We saw the Indiana Pacers and the New Orleans Pelicans advance last night. The Milwaukee Bucks and the New York Knicks are currently battling right now live as we record. And then the nightcap, the main event of the quarterfinals, the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Phoenix Suns. Fellas, I hate to admit it, but Adam Silver has hit on the in-season tournament. It's been successful, man. I can't lie. The game's been good. The players are taking it seriously. It's drawn a lot of attention to the early part of the regular season that usually some people don't tune in until Christmas, but now people are tuned in for this tournament. The games have been really good. We share on Adam Silver a lot, but I gotta give him credit for this one. It's worked. Definitely just gives the regular season a little bit more juice. So, I mean, that's my thoughts on it. What do you guys think on it so far?
It's been elite hoops. That's what we look for. I mean, we thought teams that were going to win. We thought teams were going to go to the conference, not conference finals, but to the semifinals and to the finals, Boston. But they didn't make it. It's been some amazing hoops, man. Like, the only thing that I could say that would have made this better, and I really do feel like they should have done this, they should have made the championship game on Christmas, because you get a whole market right there by itself. You can market the game a little bit better. At least push it back, push the championship game back to Christmas. Allow those regular season games to still carry on, this is that and the other. But you would be able to market that game, and you can make that your 3:00 game that everybody's going to watch, or even the 6:00 game. That's the only thing I think.
Here's my only rebuttal to that, because you gotta draw the interest on Christmas, so you gotta have your set games already prepared for, so people know which games to watch when it comes to it. Because as we can see, as we saw already, we got, and there's no offense to them, but they got weak markets. We got the Pacers and the Pelicans going to the semifinals. No offense, but I'm not trying to watch those two teams unless they contend for a championship on my Christmas, especially when you're competing with the NFL. Because as you see, NFL got Christmas games now too, so that's what you're also competing with as well. So now, I need to know I need to know for sure Braun playing somebody good, like the Denver Nuggets playing somebody good, a finals preview, like Boston versus Denver, something like I need to make sure, you gotta make sure these games hit, because as you saw, Houston beat the Denver Nuggets 2 or 3 times during this in-season tournament. Now imagine that you was expecting Denver, but then you left with a team like a young Houston Rocket team, or maybe even worse. So what if Detroit that's struggling right now? What if all the only games they won was the in-season tournament games? So now you got a struggling Detroit team playing on Christmas. And you're like, I don't want to see these niggas. The fuck, that's ugly as hell.
Yeah.
Point taken.
You don't know what's
I was actually about to say, because we thought last year Christmas slate was going to be ass, but it ended up being some really elite hoops.
Yeah, you gotta set up the Christmas slate so that it's attractive to the audience, man. You gotta do that well in advance, because you don't know.
The last couple years.
Yeah, you don't know who's going to be in that championship game. Now you don't know who's going to be there, so you can't leave that spot open, and that creates a constraint in the schedule, because if this team is there, then you can't really schedule these other games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not only that, but like you said, with the NFL, with games or Christmas Day falling on either Saturday or Sunday, and this year Monday, the NFL has games as well, so you got to compete. Now next year, I think Christmas is on a Wednesday, if I'm looking at the calendar right, so we won't have to worry about that next year. But like you say, it becomes a scheduling issue. Plus, the NBA is going to put their best stars on Christmas Day, so I don't mind that. They're having it this early in the season. I don't mind that the championship game is on the Saturday. It's a standalone game, so prime time's on ABC. It's the first ABC national broadcast of the year. Maybe in the future it'll be an NBC game or whatever, because we know the NBA TV deal is coming up soon. I like that they're doing a simulcast broadcast with the TNT crew, ESPN crew. It'll be interesting to see how that dynamic works. But I give Adam Silver credit. He's tried things. We didn't like the play-in tournament initially, but I can't lie. Most of those games have been intense as well and been good. And we've seen teams that struggle to get out of the play-in tournament get to the finals last year. Miami was only a couple minutes away from missing the playoffs in general. Bulls were up late in that game. So, like I said, much as we give Adam Silver shit for some stuff, this has been a success.
He definitely hit it. He hit this, man. He definitely hit this. Yeah.
I think the one thing is the stars bought into it, like LeBron and some of the guys, KD. I think they. Really
because you're doing it for guys 8 through 12, 8 through 15. They're on minimum deals, and for some of them, for some of them, this $500K is way more than what they're guaranteed. So it's like when before we was like, so what they even going to be playing for? But when you got a situation like this, when you can get your homies paid for all the hard work they put in, practice and everything, people are going to try to step up. And look, man, we know how hoopers are, man. When you throw money on the line, man, Bama's just going to be ready to hoop like it's Game 7. So
you put a whole tournament thing in place, niggas ain't gonna be
we all hoopers in this joint, man. We all know when we go to the playground, somebody's like, man, bet 20 you can't beat me. That's gonna ratchet everything up, man. You're gonna see all the hard fouls and everything.
Yeah.
So that's why these games feel like
it's
halfway playoff intensity.
It's a pride thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
I mean, think about the TV.
The team like the Pacers.
I know.
The team like the Pacers, they are on TV often. This is a big.
I know.
They're not,
yeah.
On TV often.
Barkley was saying that the other night on Inside the NBA. He was like, they're just happy to be on TV because they haven't got a lot of shine on major broadcast.
Because the last time they've been good, it was when PG was over there. So now it's okay, like we're seeing the ascension of this Pacer team since Halliburton been there, but they's just not there yet. But like you said, now with these tournament games, everybody's paying attention. It's like,
they see who he is.
Which is now added to the point, hey, y'all, this could be y'all new NBA League Pass team going forward. Now y'all kind of see what the Pacers are cooking with. Yeah. So that's just something to look forward to going forward.
Yeah. I said before the season, though, that's one of my League Pass teams.
You did.
Yep. Shout out to BT on that.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, they play fast. I think they lead the NBA in scoring. They really push the pace. So, yeah, Indiana's a good watch. So if you haven't watched them, definitely give them a look, man. For sure. Any other thoughts on the season so far?
It's been getting kind of chippy for the first part of the season. I haven't seen this type of play. Until we get to like after Valentine's Day. But now, like, we got WWE going on. We got coaches. We got coaches talking to players, calling each other bitches and shit. I'm like, man, like, it's gigantic.
Hey, that was Cam's DM, man. That was Cam's DM, man. That was Cam's DM.
Hey man, should have done wrong on your girl, man. You want to have people sliding in on your girl's DM. Exactly. She over here having interviews to niggas talking about black men don't cheat. Couldn't be me.
That agenda is nasty.
Hey, I don't blame you, Jeezy. I don't blame you. I would have shot my shot too. Fucking around with me.
Niggas been running Nia since how long? The 90s.
Since Friday.
For decades, bro. For decades. For decades, bro.
Hey, look, man. If that was me on the best man, I would have folded. Shania would have been mad at me. That's all I'm gonna have to say.
Hey.
But definitely, like T said, like Dre pointed out, I was gonna say the same thing. It's been very chippy, and you're usually gonna see this type of basketball till way further down the road in the regular season. Like they said, we got Draymond thinking he trying out for the WWE trials at the Performance Center, putting niggas in the sleeper holes and shit. So I mean,
that was personal though. That was personal. He couldn't wait.
He couldn't wait to put his hands on him.
He wanted that fade.
Very personal.
He wanted that fade. Like he did not.
He don't fuck with Rudy at all, bro.
Nah.
He didn't care if it was Clay, Steph. It could have been
Moody.
Imagine if it was Jordan Poole, though.
Oh God.
He would have had hands for both of them. He would have made a mistake.
Oh man.
But it's been really good basketball, though. Like everybody said, it's been really good basketball. Really good hoops. Go ahead, Dre. I know you about to say something.
Going back to some analysis, there was something that was kind of intriguing that I saw last night, particularly going back to these Boston Celtics. Because if we thinking about like playoff intensity type games, there's two things that I saw last night. One was Porzingis is not playing, so that's something that was interesting. I was like, playoff intensity game, Porzingis not there. And then two, just how they ended that game, like
analytics ball.
Thank you. I was gonna bring that up.
Blue Devil ball.
I caught Blue Devil ball. I missed some of the game, but when I caught that last 5 minutes, I'm like, wait a minute, am I seeing a replay? Like, am I seeing a replay of what I've seen the last 3 years? Like, pass. You take a shot, Tatum. Okay, Brown, you take a shot. I'm like, what? Like, this is the same.
It's all Missoula right there. That's all Missoula.
I was like, this is the same stuff we.
No, that's all Brad Stevens. They've been playing this hand way since his ass was on the bench.
Started with him. It started with Brad Stevens, in my honest opinion.
Not to change the topic, but speaking of Duke ball, the boys got 3 L's already. What happened?
Catch that stray.
They lost to Georgia Tech. They lost to Arkansas. Who else they lose? Oh, Arizona. Okay, yeah.
Arizona.
Yeah.
They got 3 L's. They ain't even Christmas
3
yet.
L's.
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't Christmas yet.
Shit, that is
Please
Christmas.
come to the table,
That's a
Duke
Christmas
fans.
gift
Please come
right
to the
there.
table.
Fuck them niggas.
Like Caleb Love just y'all boy Caleb Love just on him. Don't matter what kind of jersey he got on. He gonna come in the camera and be like, "F y'all."
That's their daddy right there.
Daddy.
That's their
That
daddy.
man,
right
3-1
there.
in that stadium.
That's
3-1.
their daddy right there.
I'm like,
Oh,
wave to the fans.
No. Well, Caleb Love ain't the daddy. Tyler Hansbrough's the daddy. Caleb Love the stepdaddy. Because Tyler.
Oh God! Oh
God! Stadium.
He owned them niggas in that building.
4-0.
Yeah, man.
Shit, wow, man.
Yeah, but
you
got
Boston,
this is why I don't trust.
Yeah, you got throwing Danny Green in there for what he did for Greg.
Danny Green too. 4-0 too.
He the uncle.
But yeah, going back to the topic, man, I don't trust Boston at the end of the day because Tatum, they want to jack up threes instead of getting downhill. Tatum and Brown are too good to be staying on the 3-point line in high pressure moments. You have a midi game, you have a post game, you have the ability to get to the rack anytime you want to, man. But instead, y'all want to jack up threes. I don't understand it, man. This is why I trust Milwaukee a little more. Y'all just gonna get to the rack. And quite honestly, Philadelphia, this is why Boston might struggle with Philadelphia again. Philadelphia might be able to upset them because Philadelphia is playing with more pace. The ball movement is better. If Embiid is healthy, and we all know that's a big if in the playoffs, but if he's healthy with their ball movement and Maxey steps up to the plate, and they get Tobias Harris to step up, Philadelphia could give Boston all they can handle too. It's not a guarantee that Boston is going to get to the finals like we thought at the beginning of the year because they still put the dumb analytics ball, man. I don't trust Missoula. I was at the game a couple weeks ago and they lost to the Hornets, bro. Same shit, man. Tatum was cooking, but the third quarter, they went away from Tatum. It doesn't make any sense. So Jason Tatum should have 50, 60 ball that game. But for whatever reason, they didn't. They went away from him. Hornets get back in the game and win in overtime.
Because analytics say he was going to start missing shots. That's the reason why. That's what the analytics were saying.
Hey, yo.
I was glad to take care of that night. Fuck the Celtics, bro.
Pretty much.
I'm mad at, bro. Since I'm mad at, bro, I'm already pissed off as it, bro. Fuck Boston.
Fuck the Knicks.
Fuck Duke.
Here we go.
Get your shit off, T. Get your shit off, T.
Go ahead, get them all off.
Fuck the Gators.
Ain't no but shots and strays out this bitch.
Here we go.
Fuck NC State. Fuck their athletic director. Fuck their football team. Fuck their basketball team.
Yeah, I need that Joe Budden gunshot joint. Do.
Oh yeah, fuck Clemson.
Oh, it's definitely fuck Clemson.
Oh yeah.
All y'all niggas were laughing at us like the same thing would have happened to y'all if y'all was on their third string quarterback. Get the fuck out of here. Well, they were going to lose double out. If y'all had y'all third string quarterback, y'all got left out too. But y'all got to worry about that because we beat y'all ass this year. So how about that?
Dang.
Let it fly, T.
It's all good. We'll see y'all in Tally next year. The LSU y'all got a home LSU. LSU gonna beat y'all ass in a couple of years too. Ain't that
Pretty
right?
much. Pretty much. Come on. Yeah, pretty much. You know. And while we at it with the fuck yous, fuck A&M.
Yep. Go ahead.
Fuck Duke
Fuck
again.
the Knicks.
You feel me? Fuck the Knicks. All that shit.
Fuck the Knicks.
Man, shit, fuck it. Why we got it? Since we getting shit up, man. Fuck Penn State. Fuck Ohio State. Fuck Michigan. Fuck Michigan State. Fuck Clemson again. Fuck Duke. Fuck NC State. Man.
Fuck Alabama.
Fuck Alabama. Like, fuck A&M. Fuck Jimbo Fisher. Fuck all them niggas.
Yeah.
Fuck Danny. What's his name? Danny Ainley. Fuck Oregon. Fuck Bo Nix. Fuck his Heisman trophy. Like, he ain't getting that shit.
Hey, hold up though. Hey,
Fuck Chip Kelly at UCLA.
Hey, didn't Dan Lanning told us that they were rooting in substance?
He said
Man, they rooted in bullshit. He rooted in bullshit. He rooted in jig. He rooted in sus.
Look,
I've been waiting on this.
When they lost to Washington the first time, I already told you what they was rooted in. Before a two-loss team, that don't look like no substance to me. That look like a legal substance to me. They need to be banned for that. They rooted. Dan Lanning was talking about they rooted in an illegal substance. That's why they didn't win no championship. That's why they can't win no championships.
They don't do it for clicks.
Like I said before, Oregon football, Gonzaga basketball. Put it in. Y'all right there. Y'all got all the media hype. Y'all got all this. Y'all got the coach. Y'all got everything else but the championships.
Oh, and y'all gonna love this one because we gonna have to bring somebody back on this show because he talked that bullshit. Hey, fuck them Saints too, bro. Somebody told our ass. Somebody told us 12 wins. Somebody told us too. Hey, Dave, your boy said 12. Why he lied to me, man? Why he lied? Why he lied?
I said they was marching in on some bullshit. They might not even march in on a winning record this year, bro. All I heard was we gotta win now. Shit.
Fuck Sean Payton. Fuck the Broncos.
Yep.
I know I've been holding that shit. Yep. Fuck him. Fuck Chip Kelly again. Just want to say that. Fuck the Red Sox. Fuck that.
Yeah. Let's go. Say them all. Let's go.
Air out y'all grievances. Go ahead, bro.
Fuck Duke again.
Fuck Duke. Fuck Coach K. Oh, Nazi looking ass.
Oh man.
Hey, one time for Brad real quick. Fuck Matt Canada.
Oh
yeah.
Fuck Matt Canada. I hope you like retirement.
Mr. Jet Sweep over there.
Shit. No offense, Brad. Whoever your new OC need to be, fuck them too. How y'all only put up 10 points on the Cardinals, man? Come on, dog.
Hey, y'all had 2 delays, bro. Y'all had time to get that shit right.
We had so many days to get that shit right. And now Pickett's hurt. And so this Thursday night is some flaw because you got
y'all do not watch that Thursday night game. Do not watch that Thursday night game. No.
It's the tournament on Thursday.
You have to be a true fan to watch that game Thursday night. You have to be a true fan because that game is going to be ass. We might march out Mitch fucking Trubisky versus Mac Jones. Amazon Prime.
No, is it Matt Jones back as not Billy Zappi? They already Billy Zappi.
I already knew what time it was, bro. Amazon Prime to promote the game. They had a Steelers player and they had fucking Bill Belichick on the side like you about to play. Hey, cancel this fucking game right now, bro. You need to cancel this shit.
There was ever a time for a flex.
Y'all need to flex this motherfucker to Sunday at 1:00 and to the Pittsburgh and New England regions. Because we do not want to see this, bro. Y'all need to cancel this shit like y'all was doing games in 2020.
Pray for Caleb. Pray for Drake. Pray for Drake and Caleb, man. They about to go into some shit, boy.
Hey, Caleb Williams, Drake May. I hope you like clam chowder. I hope you like gyros.
Boston baked beans.
I hope you like whatever they like in Boston. Man, I hope you like all that New England shit, man.
Exactly. I hope you like stale milk. And I ain't talking about milk in the store either.
Bring a snow.
I hope you like skim, soy.
Hey, bro.
Vegan, all of that shit. I hope you love all of that. Drake, you go miss Bojangles, you go miss barbecue. I hope you got all you feel because when you go up there, it's clam chowder and
racism.
Drake May.
Clam chowder and racism.
Hey, Drake May, if you go to New England, if you go to New England, if you haven't already, sign up with American Airlines loyalty program, man. You can get some flights to Charlotte from Hartford, Connecticut. You can do that, bro. Because you're gonna need them. You're gonna need it. You're gonna need them flights
back home,
bro.
Go ahead.
You're gonna need it. You need them flights back home, bro. Nah, man. Ain't shit to do in New England, bro. But some mid-ass football, man.
But back to basketball. I still got fuck the Canada basketball, fuck France basketball, fuck Brazil basketball, fuck Australia basketball, fuck Lithuania basketball, fuck Spain basketball. Paris 2024. We on y'all motherfuckers. Y'all was laughing. Yeah. We coming for that shit.
You forgot Argentina.
The only thing stopping USA is
man. No, I ain't worried about Argentina no more. When Manu retired, they was done.
They were done.
Fuck them.
Hey, the only thing stopping USA is Steve Kerr.
He got to pass the clipboard. He got to pass.
Shit. That motherfucker stopping the Warriors right now.
He got to pass this shit to school, man. Please.
Hey, pray for Tish, bro. Pray for Tish, BT.
BT pray on this downfall. He been waiting for this. BT been praying on this downfall.
Imagine walking through the house smiling because your girl is sad because her team losing. That's
Amen.
Wow.
Amen. It be like that.
Y'all don't know she petty as hell too, bro. So shit, she deserved this shit. So hey man, she petty as hell too, bro.
Hey, Dave, you may have to edit that one out. You may have to edit that one out, Dave. That's the first edit.
I tell her to her face. You know she petty, bro. Y'all don't know the real Tish, bro. Y'all know the.
Man, we let that shit fly.
Nah, she petty, bro.
We let that shit fly.
Yeah.
Hey man, when your team is up, you can say whatever you want. That's all I know. Hey.
Corey, I'm gonna get this out for you since you did one for me. Fuck Frank Wright. Fuck David Tepper. Fuck the niggas on South Mint Street.
Let's talk about it though. Let's talk about
it. Fuck Fitterer, because he needs to go too.
David Tepper don't stand on no business, bro. That nigga stand on
something, bro. That nigga hoe.
Yeah, he a hoe.
Hey, that nigga big cap, bro. That nigga said, "Yo, I want a team that's not mediocre." Ever since this nigga been an owner, niggas been past worse than mediocre. Worse than mediocre, bro.
I mean, did he keep his promise? Did he not keep his promise?
They've been too
not same owner. Yeah, you're right.
All in the Steelers owners' ears talking about we need to get rid of Tomlin. For who, motherfucker? Then you come to Carolina and have no plan whatsoever. Sit you and your wife's bitch asses in the owner's box and eat your popcorn for free and get some real GMs and some real players.
That fucking crow's feet in the corner of her eyes. I hate that cockeyed bitch.
God damn.
Come on, bro. Oh my god. Come on, bro.
What the fuck is going on?
Your discretion is advised on this podcast.
Oh my god. Hey.
I don't know if I got any more clips, man. I don't know if I got any more clips.
Hey, Corey,
yeah, that's a wrap for that one.
Hey, get them t-shirts ready. You know what I'm talking about. Get them t-shirts ready. You know what I'm talking about. Get them t-shirts ready. Keep them at home.
Keep your bitch at home. I say the shit. Keep your bitch at home. That's what she need to be. Hey,
God.
What they clip it? Get back in the kitchen.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
This is gonna get us. We're gonna get banned, bro.
This might be the one. This might be the one. This might be the one.
Hey, we're gonna beat the allegation.
We're gonna get shadow banned.
My thoughts has been by me. My thoughts is a representation of me and how I feel. It is not on the boys. That is on me. So if David Tepper got something to say, tell his whole ass to pull up to me.
Hey, well. He don't speak for me because when I say fuck, dude, I mean that shit. Don't edit that shit out.
No. I'm talking about with him and his wife.
Oh yeah, that's on you, man. I got to keep my job, brother.
That's all on you.
I stand on business about mine. I stand on business about mine.
I work for a private organization.
That's all you.
But yo, before I know we went off the rail and everything, but we gotta have at least one more analysis. As I'm currently watching right now, seeing North Carolina playing UConn right now. We got our boy Day. He the lone. I guess this is irony. The lone wolf in this joint. He gonna represent the school. He gonna represent the school that gave him his degrees and everything. Then the rest of the bros, they're gonna be representing that UNC. Y'all looking good game right now. Y'all having a strong start to y'all season. Who y'all feel like they needs this game more tonight? Who needs this game more?
I think UNC needs it more, man. Because
we got Kentucky and Oklahoma next, bro. We definitely need this shit more.
Yeah, I think Carolina needs it more just because of the way that our schedule is built. And like BT said, the games we got coming up, we need this dub.
Because how strong is the ACC this year?
I mean, the way Duke bitch ass playing.
I'm like Terence. It's a bit
looking kind of sus, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how Virginia looking. I don't keep up with them bitch ass niggas either. But Miami straight. Miami good.
Yeah,
Miami good.
Right now.
They came back strong after taking that beating from Kentucky, so they look like they're gonna be a good squad.
Yeah.
I think Clemson's ranked like 24, so they're decent.
Overall,
okay.
Yeah.
Y'all got
it's like a couple good teams, but it's not.
It's not the same ACC. It's not the same ACC.
I was about to say, Dre, I was about to say the same thing. It's not the usual ACC where we have depth up and down the conference.
Yeah, I mean, like for UConn, we go to Gonzaga later this month, so that we win there, that's a good win. And then in the Big East, we got Marquette that we can get a win off of. We got, I think St. John's is going to be a better team this year. Creighton, it's always fuck Creighton. Y'all think the slander for like some of these other schools is like Creighton can suck my dick. Pause.
God damn.
Big pause, but yeah.
So fuck Creighton.
I don't like Creighton either.
I never liked Creighton.
I never liked them.
Providence and Seton Hall probably gonna be bubble teams, so those will be some wins. Who else? I know there's some other team. Xavier and
I'm saying the same thing, BT.
And, I don't know. Georgetown will be better this year, I think, under Ed Cooley, or like they like in rebuilding mode. So
we're going to visit Georgetown in like 2 years, man. They out here struggling against teams I didn't know exist.
Y'all need about 2 years. Yeah, y'all need about 2 years to get right. But yeah, we got opportunities, and we just need to be healthy, bro. Because right now, I'm surprised we got like all our starters playing, because our All-American freshman Stephon Castle's back for this game. Caravan had an injury. Klingon had an injury, and Cam Spencer had an injury. So I thought like at least one or two of those guys is going to sit out, but they all playing, man. So that shows how important this game is.
No doubt.
And it's in the Garden too, bro. Big time match.
And that's home away from home for us, bro. That's home away from home for us for real, because one, I mean, like the Big East tournament is there every single year, and then like just naturally, just geographically wise, like Connecticut's right here, New York is like right next door, like New York City's right next door. So there's like a lot of UConn fans in the area.
Hey, I got a question for the pod. I know I'm going to blend the two topics together. I know we're talking about all the conference realignment and how it impacted on the football side. How do you think that's going to impact it on the basketball side of things? All this conference realignment and the talk.
Terrible.
Wow.
But unfortunately, basketball just doesn't make enough money from the TV networks, because as I've gotten in the media, most of the money comes from media rights, TV rights. The NBA gets, I think, like 55-60% of its money from the TV deal. So if a teams can make a profit and only sell out half the stadium, they don't care if half the fans show up. Why? I think most of the money comes from the TV deal.
Yeah.
So as always, follow the money. And for football, unfortunately for college basketball, football is, makes more money. The networks pay way more for football. So, we've seen a lot of rivalries die. College basketball rivalries die. Like, think about it. Kansas and Missouri used to be a heated.
Yeah.
This would be a heated game.
Yeah.
They barely play anymore.
Yeah, Texas and Texas A&M had some good games back in the day.
I'm about to say that too.
Yeah, they had some good games back in the day.
Football and basketball. Yeah. Football and basketball. Maryland and Duke. I mean, shit. They don't get much bigger than that.
Fuck Duke.
That was testy all the time, bro.
Coach K, pussy.
There we go.
Man, the Big East used to have battles, man. Syracuse, Georgia.
Syracuse needs to go back to the Big East. They're garbage in football.
Yeah, it's time to
I
can agree with that.
I want that, man. Bring them back to the Big East so we can book.
Honestly, it'll give Syracuse some juice though.
Damn Pitt, to be honest.
Shit, Boston College can come up here too if they want.
Yeah, they ain't going nowhere.
The ACC.
Them teams just came over here just to lollygag.
They really did.
Boston College best year in the ACC was when they first came with their team from the Big East, Jared Dudley,
they had Matt Ryan and
yeah.
Then like you said, Matt Ryan on the football side as well. So
and then the basketball side, So
Virginia Tech has been a major flop.
They have
in football.
Yeah.
They've actually been better in basketball than football because they got to the Sweet 16 a couple years in basketball. Virginia Tech been better at basketball than football since they joined the ACC. It's just crazy. Outside the Tyrod Taylor teams, they've regressed so bad. Like Virginia Tech,
they really have.
Anymore.
They had him and Hooker and decided not to use them. They get what they deserve.
I'm curious to see how these Pac-12 teams going to the Big Ten are going to adjust in football and basketball. You got to think about it. That's a completely different style of football, like USC.
And you see what they're doing. You see what they're doing. They in that transfer portal try to get like two of the top 2 QBs in the transfer portal. So they trying to get themselves prepared with a vet QB instead of trying to bring in somebody young.
Yeah.
So
I think Oregon and Washington actually built better for Big Ten football than UCLA and USC.
Yeah, because they finesse teams.
Exactly.
Yeah. Honestly, I think Oregon and Washington will go in the Big Ten, in my opinion,
I think they'll do all right.
Either be the 3rd or 4th best teams in the Big Ten already. I mean, Penn State, we know Ohio State, Michigan, but then Penn State's kind of like that 3rd team, and I think that's where Oregon and Washington will fit in, and then you have the rest of the Big Ten. Basketball-wise, it's also a physical brand of basketball. It's a completely different style of basketball than West Coast basketball, which is more athletic, finesse basketball, if you want to say that. Big Ten basketball is slow, knock it out basketball.
A lot of bigs and
a lot of bigs, more traditional lineups than other
half-court style games.
Like Wisconsin and Purdue, they love that shit.
They love that traditional guard, forward, center.
Yeah.
So, wait a minute. I thought about so Arizona's going to the Big 12. So that means Arizona and Kansas are in the same conference. That's interesting.
Oh, that's good for basketball.
That's good. That's good for basketball.
That's gonna be good for basketball. Yeah.
That's good for basketball.
Yeah. So I mean, there's some new rivalries that come, but there's also those old rivalries that we saw growing up that made college basketball matter.
Yeah.
Because outside of real hoopers and following teams, college basketball has become really a one more sport to most casuals, to be honest with you. And I hate it because we grew up watching college basketball, but truthfully, college basketball is a one more sport for the casuals. March the tournament, gambling.
Yeah.
Because the rivalries aren't there. We've seen the realignment and how it's shaped up the conferences. And it's going to happen again in the future. Like I said, UNC is going to be in the SEC, in my opinion. It makes sense football-wise and basketball-wise.
It do, but the other sports don't make sense, though. Like the lacrosse and all that stuff. That's why I said the Big Ten.
Man, people don't give a fuck about that. Bro.
I know they don't.
Okay.
But UNC love that lacrosse and field hockey and all that shit, bro.
But in all honesty,
I know they do.
Then y'all just going to dominate until it gets to that tournament, and then y'all just going to have to see what it's going to be like. Because that's what we pretty much did when Maryland left the ACC. Like, we just took our lacrosse dominance and just took over the Big Ten, and finally broke through and won the championship in 2022. So it's like, but the program, SEC, they nice, but
baseball is nice.
What you ain't baseball? UNC.
SEC?
Oh yeah.
UNC
I remember
have some problems.
That's another reason why as well too.
Yeah, there was a time when they went to the World Series like 2 or 3 straight times.
Yeah. No, I know UNC nice. I know UNC is nice. I was talking about the SEC.
The SEC.
They nice simple.
It
was LSU. It was like LSU Florida in the championship this year.
Yeah.
They nice.
UNC definitely going to SEC then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know. But back to your point, BT, I know the school's supposed to say they care. The AD's supposed to say they care about the sport. They don't. Why? Because the sports don't make any money.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't make money.
Yeah.
And to be honest, BT, football is the reason why we can have a lacrosse championship at Maryland, because that was going to be one of the programs that was going to die off if Maryland was staying in the ACC. But Duke pump bitch asses don't care about that. They care about tradition and everything. Well, you care about tradition. Put us on the schedule, you punk ass bitches. That's all I gotta say.
Man.
Ooh, and I mean, when you think about,
I like what Dan Hurley said. Like, yeah, man, we do a home and Duke if they was about it, but they too pussy for that.
I love this talk.
Hey, I feel good, bro. We just went to Kansas. We lost, but we went into that motherfucker. Fuck the Fog Allen Fieldhouse, by the way. I hate that place more than Cameron Indoor Stadium for real. But we went into that bitch and we went right toe to toe with Kansas, so we can do the same shit at Duke. What's good?
Yeah, it's just honestly like it's sad, but like you look at these ACC teams, like the ones that the brands like football and basketball, like in order to survive and compete with these other teams, they're gonna have to leave, man. It is what it is. Like I said, at the media day, we saw Matt Brown talk about the revenue gap. We gotta close the revenue gap because unless your school builds its own NIL collective, like I said earlier, Florida State just signed up 900 new people for their NIL collective because they know in order to keep guys now, they're going to have to pay these dudes to stay here. Because now, because of the committee, you have, we can go undefeated now, you have a chance. So I might just go here. We could be the third or fourth best team in the SEC and still make the playoff. And actually, to be honest with you, one of our best players actually transferred today. He entered the portal. Now, I don't know, we might throw him a bag, but I think he entered the portal last year and he ended up coming back. But he's in the portal again. And trust me, I think the committee's decision played a factor in it. So this is the college sports, man. So you gotta pay to play basically now. So you either align yourself with the money makers and survive, or you can stay for tradition and die off with the old traditions. So that's
gonna die off with the old tradition.
So
I remember a few years ago they said, it's going to be so cool. You're going to have 2 big conferences, and we are headed down that road quicker than I think what people thought, because teams and ADs are not getting with the times. Like T said, NIL collectives and dipping in the transfer portal and paying these guys. Like if you're not with it and you're not about doing that in regards to upgrading your team and upgrading your facilities and the brand, you're going to get left in the dust with the way college football in the college sports in general, the landscape's about to change.
Yes, sir, man. But I think we can end this wide episode on that note. We're going to do a little short episode to recap a lot's been going on in the NFL the last couple of weeks, and we just didn't have enough time to fit everything into one episode. So I think some of the fellas, and I might hop on myself, we might do like a quick little 20, 30-minute episode just on the NFL. The 49ers made a huge statement this past Sunday. Are they the best team in the NFC? No, not the NFC, my fault. The NFL.
NFL.
What's going on with Kansas City?
Yep.
Is this Baltimore's year to get to the Super Bowl? I mean, it's really laid out for the Ravens to have home field advantage. If they don't do it this year, I don't know when they're going to do it, man.
Yeah.
But we're getting to the nitty-gritty of the NFL season, so that's why we wanted to give the whole short episode just to the NFL, because there's been a lot going on to kick off the month of December. We got all the major sports going on right now. We got the NFL, we got college football, we got the NBA, college basketball going. Also, next week, we'll recap a big fight on Saturday between Devin Haney and Regis Progress. I know BT's looking forward to that.
Can't
wait.
Saw
Ryan Garcia have a nice win, but he's talking shit to Shakur Stevenson, so we definitely talk about that. We'll talk about PBC going to Amazon most likely. And Canelo, I hate to say it, bro, but you can't if you don't fight Benavidez, you're not going to beat these ducking allegations, my guy.
He got next year, bro. That's it, bro. You got 24. If you don't fight him in 24, bro, you ducking. We got May and September. Figure that shit out.
BT has spoken.
Yeah.
No cap, bro. Figure that shit out, bro.
But there's a lot going on. We appreciate y'all checking out our short videos, some of our rant sessions, some of our content. Dave's been killing the content at the games. I've shot a couple things at the games. I was at the AC Championship game. Shot a couple videos from the tunnel and on the field. So stay tuned for more stuff like that as we are at the end of football season. This is the last 4 months of the regular season, man. We're about to be in the college football playoff and NFL playoffs. Hoops is in full swing, so we'll definitely have a lot of hoops content for sure. And then next year's Olympic year, so we'll definitely get into that as well soon. But man, just like, subscribe to this channel, and stay tuned for more content. That's all I gotta say, fellas. You got anything you want to say before we close out?
Hey, a lot is coming on the way, so stay tuned, man. More content. We're gonna be at more games. Gonna be at maybe some of these college games. I may be at UCONN for a couple of them. So, hey, man, just follow us on the Instagram, Twitter, Facebook,
all that, Instagram, all that.
Yeah.
Like, share,
social
subscribe.
Platforms.
Hey, we giving you this great content. It'll be a damn shame if you don't share it with your friends.
I'm about to say, share with your friends, share with your family, all that.
Family.
Anybody
that's
stop
bullshit.
Stop bullshitting and share and like and subscribe.
Share.
I did want
respectfully.
Not AT, you idiot.
Ladies, share with your side dude. The main dude don't think no sports, so share with your side dude.
I do want to give one quick shout out. I do want to give out a shout out to Dr. Henry Wise High School from PG County, Maryland. They're the 4A football state champions. So, that football trophy coming back to PG County. So, I got to represent them, show love for the shout out to my boy, Coach Matthew Gilbert. Me and him were literally in the trenches the 1 year I played football together. So just want to say I'm proud of you, my boy. Glad y'all got that natty. See what y'all do next season. That's it.
Shout out Jayden Daniels.
The Heisman winner, Jayden Daniels. The Heisman winner, Jayden Daniels.
Hey man, we're gonna find out Saturday.
Yeah, I guess so, man.
And if he win it, I'm talking my shit next week. Believe that.
Get your shit off, BT.
Hey. We need just a solo of you, bro. Talk your shit, bro.
Exactly. I'm talking my shit next week. Yeah. If he win it.
Yeah, the best player in college football for real.
Period.
Yeah.
Shout out to everyone who's been following us since episode 1. This is our 25th episode. Keep rocking with us.
25.
25.
Hit a milestone. This 25.
So
yeah, we appreciate y'all.
We appreciate y'all. Y'all.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Lil Corey loves you.
Hey man, the grill master himself, bro. Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all. This is Samson 4, and we are out of here.